All right, guys. I was going through Facebook not too long ago, and one of the things that popped up, those things that pop up, kind of suggested post or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it was Chris Benoit. It's been 10 years since Chris Benoit died. It's been 10 years since Chris Benoit committed that horrendous act, killing his wife, killing his son, and then killing himself. Um, Pretty crazy stuff. I remember it. It was a shock for a lot of people. Shock in the wrestling world, shock the sports world, and a lot of people, and actually the country in general, because he's a famous guy. He was definitely a famous wrestler. A lot of people argue he was a top 10 wrestler of all time. He was just a greatly skilled man in the wrestling ring, in the professional wrestling ring, and for this to happen, it was really a tragedy. One of the things that is crazy about it and is really just horrible to think about. And I mean, not that it's good to think about at all, but and it really struck me as I read the post of what he really actually did, because this is not something where he just snapped, killed his wife, son, and himself in the span of like 10 minutes. He did this over 3 days. His wife Nancy, he bound her um, and asphyxiated her. So that was on a Friday. Now, his son, 7 years old, mentally handicapped, Fragile X syndrome, they say. Actually, on Saturday, he dosed him with Xanax and strangled him to death. And then, of course, the next day, Sunday, he hung himself from a weight bench cable. Um, I can't imagine what he was thinking for 2 days, where he was, where his mind was. He was actually making calls saying his family was sick, he couldn't make it, and obviously he was just gone in a different place. And the only way out was to kill himself of the horror that he had done. It's just crazy to think about, that a guy who had everything like he did, ton of money, fame, but it comes back to a lot of people don't know why he did this. A lot of people blame drugs, blame steroids, blame brain damage. They did an autopsy, said his brain was pretty bad shape, um, and he had the brain of an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient. So yeah, there was damage to all four lobes of his brain and brain stem. So it was repeated concussions that led to dementia. So he was demented in the head, obviously. Scary. And he was a well-liked guy, and a lot of people were shocked by this. And I remember this. You just you were just like, what the hell just happened? What did he do? He's only 40 years old. 40 years old. That's crazy. I mean, pretty scary to think about. I know that he a lot of people, he ruined their memories of a lot of things with what he did, and a lot of people despised him for that. They loved him as a person, but despised the act that he did. A lot of these wrestlers were interviewed about it, and of course they basically to the WWE, he never existed, which I totally get. He's going to be remembered as a murderer, um, and not a professional wrestler, and that's it's just sad. I mean, it just struck me that it was 10 years ago, and it is really how sad it really was. And you see pictures of his son, him with his son, and yeah, it's just. I'm not even going to show his son because it's really and wife because it really makes you just really sad for the situation. But 10 years ago, that was 10 years ago already, guys.